Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon,
We are right on
good
time
afternoon.
For the Senate. We are right on time for the Senate.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good
We are right
afternoon,
on
good
time for
afternoon.
the Senate. We are right on time.
Well, it's 2:30 in the PM, the time allocated for the Senate plenary sittings on this 30th day of the month of September, the year 2025. This is a broadcast of the Senate proceedings, streaming live from the Senate chambers, Parliament buildings in Nairobi, a broadcast that is brought to you by the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in partnership with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. A warm welcome to you, and we are glad that you are joining us for these proceedings this afternoon. In the order of business, as the members get into the chambers, there are motions that are scheduled for division stage, bills as well to be considered at the committee of the whole house stage. This afternoon, regarding the motions, the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget, that had its report on the county government's equitable share cash disbursement schedule for financial year 2025-2026, will this afternoon be considered at the division stage. This is a report that was laid on the table of the Senate on Wednesday, the 24th of September, the year 2025. And the committee is requesting the House to approve the county government's equitable share cash disbursement schedule for the financial year 2025-2026. And this afternoon, that particular motion will be considered And the cash disbursement schedule is based on the Division of Revenue Act 2025, which was already considered and passed, and also allocates 415 billion shillings to the counties as equitable share from the revenue raised nationally. The schedule further takes into account the allocations of revenue per county as contained in the County Allocation Revenue Act, that is 2025. And the disbursement to each county, as indicated in this particular report, is exclusively scheduled to be made on the 15th of each month from 15th year 2026. And the amount to be transferred for each county is given, with the overall average rate of remittances each month being 8.3% of the total allocation of 415 billion. Consider on this particular bill to vote on the position of the committee that is urging the Senate to approve this particular motion or the report to have making his way into the chambers to preside over this afternoon sitting. Allow me to hand you over to this live broadcast brought to you by PBU in partnership with KBC. Good afternoon.
Na tuombe. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, twakusihi ututazame kwa neema nyingi na baraka, sisi watumishi wako ambao umeridhika kutuita kwa nyadhifa za uongozi katika jamhuri hii yetu. Tukuomba utuwajalie tuyatende na kufikia mambo yote atakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi yetu na wale ambao haja zao umesikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. Clerk, do you have quorum? Sergeant at Arms, kindly ring the quorum bell for 10 minutes.
The prayer has been said and the chair taken. However, the House is facing a quorum hitch. The Speaker has directed that the quorum bell be rung for 10 minutes. This is, of course, to give room to the members who may be running late or maybe within the precincts of Parliament, but yet to make their way into the chambers to hasten their steps and join their colleagues to be able to allow the House raise that much needed quorum for the business to be able to commence. This is as provided for in the House Standing Order number 39 and 40. At the lapse of the first 10-minute quorum bell, if the quorum will not have been raised, then that means a further 10-minute quorum bell will be on, but the House risks being adjourned. Second 10-minute quorum bell, if the quorum is not raised, then the House may risk being adjourned. However, as we can see, more members are making their way into the chambers, and we believe in a short while the quorum will deem to have corrected for it to be able to commence its business. So back to the business that, as the senators convene this afternoon, will be transacting the bill sponsored by Honorable Senator David Wafula Wakoli on the office of the County Attorney Amendment Bill, a bill originating from the Senate, Bill number 47 of 2024. This is a bill that is at its second reading stage, and it will be going into division this afternoon for the members to decide on whether the bill be read for the second time. It's a bill that seeks to amend the Office of the County Attorney Act, and basically some of the amendments include some of the amendments to this particular act will be regarding the Office of the County Attorney, and it's a 4-clause bill. So this afternoon, as the members convene, then they will be able to consider this particular bill before it heads to the Committee of the Whole House for consideration. If there are any amendments that the members proposed during the debate that is at the second reading stage, then that is the point that the amendments that may have been proposed therein will be considered. Also this afternoon, pursuant to provisions of the House Standing Order 453-1, where members request for statements from various standing committees. This afternoon, the Senator for Nandi County, Honorable Samson Cherarkei, will be seeking a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing regarding the condition of the road from Dries Junction, Timboroa, to Naiberi in Uasin Gishu County. The nominated Senator, Honorable Miraj Abdullahi, will be seeking a statement for teachers serving in Mombasa County. If you're just joining us, is that the House about to commence its business? The prayer has been said and the chair taken. However, a quorum hitched to face the House. Now allow me to hand you over.
Order, honorable senators. Senator for Elgeyo Marakwet, take your seat, please. Clerk, you may proceed to call the first order.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
The chairperson Standing Committee on Health to lay a paper.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, 30th September 2025. Bill Senate number 35 of 2024. Thank you, sir.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Senator Veronica Maina.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that aware that Article 27 of the Constitution of Kenya guarantees the right to equality and freedom from discrimination, with Article 27(3) providing that women and men have the right to equal treatment, including the right to equal opportunities in political, economic, cultural, and social sphere. Further aware that Article 27(8) obligates the state to take legislative and other measures to redress any disadvantage suffered by individuals or groups as a result of past discrimination, and to ensure that not more than 2/3 of members of elective or appointive bodies shall be of the same gender, cognizant that mainstreaming gender perspectives in all aspects of governance is essential to achieving inclusive development and safeguarding the rights and welfare of all citizens, particularly women, girls, and other marginalized groups. Concerned that the integration of gender considerations remain inconsistent across the two levels of government, and that legislative processes have often resorted to policies that do not adequately address gender-specific needs and realities. Now, therefore, the Senate urges Parliament, county assemblies, and their respective legislative committees to incorporate a gender analysis in the scrutiny of legislation, policies, programs, and budgets before them, including through the use of gender impact assessment and consultation with gender-focused stakeholders to ensure gender responsive governance. B, recommends that the National Gender and Equality Commission and the State Department for Gender develops clear guidelines and tools to support the integration of gender perspective in legislative policy.
Senator Fonandi.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
You may proceed,
C,
Honourable Senator.
Further urges the National Gender and Equality Commission and State Departments for Gender to collaborate with the Kenya Law Reform Commission and the County Assembly Service Boards to build capacity for gender analysis among technical and legislative staff. D, urges the State Department for Gender to submit to Parliament a comprehensive biannual report detailing actions taken by ministries, departments, and agencies to promote gender mainstreaming, key achievements, emerging challenges, and proposed interventions. And E, resolves that the Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare continuously monitors the implementation of these resolutions and tables biannual report on the status of implementation. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Senator Karungo Wathangwa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I rise to give notice of the following motion. Motion is an amended version, Mr. Speaker, just for the title. Motion on promotion of artificial intelligence, AI, and innovation policy in Kenya. That aware that the fourth industrial revolution is redefining economies globally through emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, blockchain, and financial technology, fintech. Further aware that Kenya has made commendable strides in digital infrastructure and mobile innovation, positioning itself as a potential leader in the Africa tech-driven future. Council endorsed the Continental AI Strategy during its 45th ordinary session in Accra, Ghana, on July 18 and 19, 2024, to underscore Africa's commitment to an Africa-centric development-focused approach to AI, promoting ethical strategy, calls for unified national approaches among AU member states to navigate the opportunities of AI-driven change, aiming to strengthen regional and global cooperation and positioning Africa as a leader in inclusive and responsible AI development. Appreciating that, the Ministry of Information, Communication and the Digital Economy recently 30, recognizing that the need to align Kenya's development with global standards in AI adoption while also safeguarding national values, inclusivity and employment. Concerned that the absence of a comprehensive framework may hinder innovation among local startups and youth-led tech enterprises and slow down Kenya's ability to harness AI for inclusive growth. Now, therefore, the Senate resolves that the Ministry of Information, Communication and Digital Economy develops a policy to promote artificial intelligence, AI, and emerging technologies with particular emphasis on 1. Promoting research and development of locally relevant AI solutions. 2. Facilitating ethical guidelines to ensure responsible and beneficial application of AI. 3. Creating innovation-friendly sandboxes for supervised testing of AI and emerging technologies. 4. Strengthening public-private partnership to build digital skills and innovation ecosystems. And 5, integrating AI and coding into the education curriculum to prepare the next generation for the digital economy. Mr. Speaker, I give notice.
Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Statement pursuant to Standing Order 53-1. The Senator for Nandi County, the Honorable Samson Cherange.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good afternoon to you. Request for statement on the deteriorated condition of the road from Dryce Junction, Timboroa to Naiberi in Uasin Gishu County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing on a matter of county-wide concern regarding to Naiberi in Uasin Gishu County. Mr. Speaker, sir, despite the construction of this road having been completed less than 3 years ago, it has deteriorated and is now unmotorable, clearly indicating that the work was standard at 1.8 billion of the taxpayers' money. Yet its current condition clearly indicates a significant misutilization of funds with an intention of paying retention money of over 480 million Kenyan shillings and handing over that has not been clear by Kera to Kenya without a clear scope of works. Mr. Speaker, the primary purpose of the road was to provide easy access to the market for local farmers, since the area has intensive agricultural activities. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the contractor or contractors engaged in the construction of the road, including their qualification and experience, the original design and projected cost for the road, and how the current state of the road compares to the initial plans and budgetary allocations to the same. Number 2, Mr. Speaker, sir, a detailed breakdown of how funds allocated for the construction of the road were utilized, including whether there were any cost variation and the justification of the same. Mr. Speaker, sir, number 3, the criteria used to determine the road's classification, how this aligns with the needs of the local community, majorly farmers, the specific measures taken to ensure the road was constructed to the required standards, and the quality control processes applied during the construction of the said road. Mr. Speaker, number 4, action or actions taken against the contractors and other individuals, including the supervising agency then, which was Kenya Rural Roads Authority, KERA, engaged in the project, particularly in the light of poor and substandard deplorable work. Mr. Speaker, finally, measures taken by the relevant authorities including EACC, to address the deteriorating users of the road. Mr. Speaker, sir, I yield and I thank you.
Senator Miraj Abdullahi.
A request for statement on harmonization of house allowance rates for teachers serving in Mombasa County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education on a matter of a county-wide concern regarding the harmonization of house allowances rates for teachers serving in Mombasa County. Mr. Speaker, sir, despite having been granted city status more than 17 years ago, the Teachers Service Commission still classifies Mombasa as a municipality for the purpose of determining house allowances rates for teachers. As a result, in Mombasa continue to receive significantly lower housing allowance compared to their counterparts in Nairobi, despite facing similar living costs. This inconsistency is further highlighted by the fact that TSC already acknowledges Mombasa's city status while determining per diem rates. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the justification for the continued classification by Teachers Service Commission, TSC, of Mombasa as a municipality for purposes of determining house allowances rates for teachers, notwithstanding its city status. Whether the TSC could consider classifying Mombasa under the same category as Nairobi City, given their comparable urban status and cost of living. 3, the measures in place to ensure that house allowances rates across the country are periodically reviewed and adjusted to reflect prevailing economic realities. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations on a matter of inter-county concern regarding the recurring incidents of torture and killing of individuals suspected of stealing pineapples from Del Monte's farm in Thika and Murang'a counties. In the statement, Mr. Speaker, the committee should address the following. 1, the number of reported incidents of torture and killing of individuals found trespassing as suspected of stealing pineapples from Del Monte's farm in Thika and Murang'a counties since 2010. 2, the findings of investigations by the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, into each case, including details on the number and security guards that have been found culpable, apprehended, and prosecuted. 3, the steps taken by Del Monte Kenya Limited to address the failure by the security guards manning its farm to apprehend and hand over the suspected offenders to the police unharmed and to prevent continued use of unnecessary and excessive force on suspected offenders. 4, the community engagement initiatives by Del Monte Kenya Limited and relevant security apparatus to address the theft of pineapples from Del Monte's farm, which is the root cause of the killings and torture. And 4, Mr. Speaker, whether Del Monte Limited has or intends to compensate families of those who are killed or tortured, and if so, provide details on the same. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Richard Onyonka. The business is dropped. Now, the statements by Senator Hamida Kibwana will be deferred pursuant to the Senator's own request. We now move to statements pursuant to Standing Order 56-1B. The Chairperson, Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources. That business is... Proceed, Honorable Senator.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 56-1B of the Senate Standing Orders to make a statement relating to the activities of the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources during the period May to August 2025. Honorable Speaker, the Senate Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources is established under Standing Order number 2284 of the Senate Standing Orders and is mandated to consider all matters relating to lands and settlement, environment, forestry, wildlife, mining, water resource management and development. Honorable Speaker, during the period under review, the committee held a total of 21 sittings, during which it considered 1 bill, 8 petitions, and 13 statements. Honorable Speaker, the committee held meetings and managed to address 6 petitions with the National Land Commission, NLC, 24 statements, and 8 petitions to the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing, and Urban Development, 8 statements with the Ministry of Mining, Blue Economy, and Maritime Affairs, and 1 petition with the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development. Additionally, responses have been received from the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Heritage, the Ministry of Water and Sanitation, as well as from the various county governments, and have been duly dispatched to the relevant senators. Honorable Speaker, the committee further considered the status of county projects funded through the conditional allocations. These include the financially locally led Climate Action Program, FLOCA, the Kenya Climate Smart Agricultural Project, KCSAP, and the Water Sanitation Development Project, WSDP. The committee observed that progress in implementing conditional allocation projects varied across the counties. To enhance oversight and accountability, it resolved to seek comprehensive details on annual allocations and expenditure since 2022-2023 financial year to date. Evidence of successful and operational projects with associated costs, as well as best practices, lessons learned, and challenges encountered by the various county governments during implementation. This resolution reflects the committee's commitment to monitoring effective use of resources, sharing practical insights, and ensuring tangible benefits to counties through the conditional allocation programs. The committee has since received submissions from some of the counties, and the most recent meeting held is with the county government of Kakamega at the committee's sitting held last week, Thursday, on 25th of September 2025. Honorable Speaker, the committee is currently considering 1 bill, the Real Estate Regulation Bill, Senate Bills number 35 for 2023, and is in the process of considering the submissions and will be submitting a report on the bill by the next reporting period. On the Natural Resources Benefit Sharing Bill, Senate Bills number 6 of 2022, it is still under mediation, and there exist challenges in calling for the first meeting arising from the varied calendars of both houses. The committee is, however, seized of the matter and is making efforts to ensure that the consideration will be completed by the next reporting period. Honorable Speaker, the committee has 13 petitions committed to it that are pending and under consideration. The committee has since managed to consider 11 of the petitions during the reporting period and conducted 5 county visits to Mombasa, Nyandarua, Embu, Homa Bay, and Kilifi counties to conduct further investigations on the petitions. The committee has considered and adopted 8 of the petition reports and will be tabling the reports on or before Thursday, 2nd of October 2025. Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, I wish to thank members of the committee, your office, and the office of the Clerk of the Senate for the continuous support accorded to the committee in undertaking its work. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Chairperson, Standing Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity and Regional Integration.
Thank you very much, Chair. Mr. Speaker, I'm standing on behalf of my chair, Senator Chute, who is not around. Chair, I want to seek a statement, to read a statement, Mr. Speaker, on of the activities of the Standing Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity and Regional Integration for the period of starting from 1st of May 2025 to 31st August 2025. Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 56(1)B of the Senate Standing Orders to make a statement relating to the activities of the Standing Committee of National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity and National Integration for the period of May to August 2025. During the period under reference, the committee held 28 sittings at which it considered various legislative businesses, i.e., statement, inquiries, and motion from the Senate, and held stakeholders' engagement as set out below. A. Statement 3. The committee received 3 statements and has already written the stakeholders to stakeholders inviting their submission on the issues raised. The committee is at various stages of interacting with the stakeholders. B. The committee is currently conducting an inquiry into the representation of Kenya's diversity in the staff composition of the semi-autonomous government agencies, SAGAs. The committees held 28 sittings during which 21 stakeholders appeared before it. Foreign visits. Mr. Speaker, the committee attended the Security, Disaster, Reconstruction and Peace Forum in Istanbul, Turkey, from 28th August to 5th September 2025, where it engaged in discussion around ethics in public services, responsiveness, rules of law, accountability, and transparency, ethics in diversion and making reliable resolution on conflicts of public interest, integrity, compassion, fairness, development, legislative and administrative practices that which promote ethnic values and integrity, and strengthening the ethical competence of civil servants and mechanism to support professional ethics. Mr. Speaker, during the remainder of the 4th session, the committee has prioritized the conclusion of legislative business before the committee. As I conclude, I wish to thank the Office of the Speaker and the Clerk of the Senate for the steadfast support that they have accorded this committee, as well as members of the committee for their utmost dedication and commitment to duty. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chairperson, Standing Committee on Security, Defense, and Foreign Relations.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Pursuant to Standing Order 56(1)B of Senate Standing Orders, Honorable Speaker, I rise to issue a statement relating to the activity of Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations for the period of April to July 2025. During the period under review, the committee held 20 sittings at which it considered various legislative proposal bills, statements, petitions, motions, inquiries, and held stakeholder engagement as set out below. A legislative proposal, Honorable Speaker, the committee considered one legislative proposal to Colonial Reparation Bill 2025 by Senator Agnes Kavindu Mudhama, MP, and transmitted its comments and observations to the Right Honorable Speaker of the Senate. B, Bills 1, the committee considered one bill during the reporting period, namely the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Bill 2024, Senate Bill number 1 of 2024, sponsored by Senator Kaduri Murungi, MGH MP. The committee
concluded consideration of the bill and tabled the report. See statements 28. The committee considered 28 statements during the reporting period, 6 statements having been concluded. The remaining 22, we have invited written responses from relevant stakeholders. A list of the statement is attached as Annex 1. Petitions, 1 petition, the committee is currently considering a petition concerning compensation of police officers injured in the line of duty, which was redirected from the Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare. The committee met with the petitioners and relevant stakeholders to deliberate on the petition. However, the committee was dissatisfied by the received submission. The committee is further scheduled to meet with the stakeholders to receive supplementary responses on the petition, after which it will proceed to prepare and adopt its report for tabling in the Senate. Motions, Mr. Speaker, the committee considered resolution of the Senate arising from the adoption of the motion on the current state of the nation, and the committee met with its relevant stakeholders and received written submissions. The draft report on the motion is underway. The committee will be tabling it in the Senate during this session. Session of papers and policies, Mr. Speaker, the committee is currently considering 1 session of paper during the reporting period, namely the foreign policy of the Republic of Kenya. This will still ongoing through committee. Though the committee has invited written submission on the policy, a report on the same will be tabled soon thereafter. Inquiries, Mr. Speaker, the committee is further looking into 3 inquiries during this reporting. These are the allegation of corruption and mismanagement of funds pertaining to Kenya Police SACCO that affects the welfare of the police, that falls under the committee's mandate. Circumstance leading to the death of Mr. Albert Ojwang in police custody, the persistent case of organized gangs in the coastal region, Kwale, Mombasa, and Kilifi counties. The committee has since met with the Kenya National Police SACCO board, and a meeting to receive further submission is scheduled to be held in October 2025. In the case of inquiry into the circumstance leading to the death of Mr. Ojwang in police custody, we have received submission from relevant stakeholders. However, they are yet to appear before the committee to make further submissions on the 3rd inquiry. The committee considered a concept note on the matter and is yet to meet with the relevant stakeholders and visit various counties that have higher organized crimes and gang violence for a fact-finding mission. Thereafter, the committee will conclude the aforementioned inquiries and table its report. Honorable Speaker, last but not least, I wish to report that the committee participated in 2-day sensitization workshop on the proposed Strategic Goods Control Bill 2025, hosted by the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, State Department of Interior, Security and National Administration. Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, I wish to thank your office for the support accorded to the committee in undertaking its work. I also wish to acknowledge the Secretariat support the committee has received from the Office of the Clerk of the Senate. Lastly, I wish to commend members of the committee for their utmost dedication and commitment to the duty. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, honorable senators, I will allow comments for not more than 15 minutes, and therefore any senator wishing to contribute will do so for not more than 3 minutes. The senator for Nairobi City County. Good. Senator Maanzo Daniel.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to comment on the request for statement made by the senator from Muranga, the Honorable Joe Nyotu. Mr. Speaker, this is in relation to people suspected to have stolen pineapples in the Thika farms. Mr. Speaker, the company has been assaulting people, and in some cases death has occurred, and none of these people have been compensated in any manner. And it is an act, of brutality. It's also against the law. And the security systems around Thika do not seem to be taking the matter seriously. If somebody has stolen or is found with stolen goods or is suspected to have stolen, Mr. Speaker, the best thing is not to do mob justice on him, but to take that person to court, prosecute them, take them through the system, and if they are found guilty, then they serve justice. But, Mr. Speaker, the idea of the company, killing people or brutalizing people, Mr. Speaker, is illegal, and this House should take this matter very seriously so that Kenyans can be protected and their lives can be protected across the country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Fernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise on the statement by the Committee of Lands and National Security. Mr. Speaker, I rise with heavy heart because yesterday, Mr. Speaker, in the course of yesterday, some rogue police officers, Trika Happy, killed over 3 people in Kimwani area in Tindri sub-county when they went to quell an issue of land dispute that has happened in that area. And I know Senator Oburu Odinga knows that area very well. Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether it is fashionable nowadays for police to shoot to kill, unless there is a silent order. Mr. Speaker, 3 people were killed dead. 5, Mr. Speaker, are now lying in hospital, Mr. Speaker. There is a lot of tension in the area, Mr. Speaker, and I would have expected the National Security Committee and the Committee of Lands to seize off the matter because this issue of land conflicts is becoming a serious issue, Mr. Speaker. You remember 1 month ago, a replica style of Angata Barakoi killings happened, Mr. Speaker. So I don't know whether the training in Kiganjo or there is a silent order by the Ministry of Interior to shoot to kill innocent Kenyans who are harmless, Mr. Speaker. I thought you should kill, you should shoot to disable, Mr. Speaker, because it's very unfortunate. Mr. Speaker, my people are crying. The same taxes that they pay for bullets to be bought, the same taxes that they pay for guns to be bought, are the same guns that are killing them, Mr. Speaker. It is very tragic, it is very sad, and I remember when the Ministry of Interior came to Nandi for Jukwaa la Usalama, or is it Jukwaa la Kisiasa, these issues were raised, Mr. Speaker. Nothing has been done by the Ministry of Interior. They should, in fact, take those police to Kerio Valley, where there is issue of banditry, or take to Bulawayo, somewhere in Mandera, Mr. Speaker, instead of killing my people, Mr. Speaker. We shall not allow the issue of national security to be politicized by individuals. Mr. Speaker. This issue was raised, but no one took it seriously, Mr. Speaker. So we are sad and crying that we are going to bury our people, for their only mistake is to demand their right to occupy land that belongs to their forefathers, Mr. Speaker. And unfortunately, people who have grabbed that land are people who have means and power, Mr. Speaker. So I want to challenge Senator Dula and Senator Faki to seize off the matter, Mr. Speaker. But I want to warn, should government do nothing about it, we shall take law into our hands, Mr. Speaker. I thank you.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. County, Senator Nyotu. Mr. Speaker, it reminds me of the colonial ready, where citizens of this country used to be shot at random under the pretext that they were trespassing on the European farms. Mr. Speaker, this farm belongs to foreigners. And they cannot encourage, because this is encouraged by the owners. They know what is happening. It is not those innocent people who have lynched the suspect for theft. It is actually encouraged by the owners of the farm that if you find them, just do whatever you can, there will be nothing will happen to you. Because they are also protected somewhere up there. They know that whatever happens, even if the matter is reported, nothing will happen to them. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a very serious matter. The government should investigate incidences such as this and make sure that proper, appropriate measures are taken to deal with the culprits of lynching of innocent Kenyans. I don't know whether they are innocent, but if they stole pineapple because they are hungry, what is the big deal that you must kill them? Well, that is a misdemeanor, Mr. Speaker, if it even goes to court. So, Mr. Speaker, I hope that this will be the last killing. We should not hear of that kind of heinous crimes being committed against Kenyans on Kenyan land by foreigners. Mr. Speaker, I detest that, and I support that statement. Let it be thoroughly investigated by the committee. Thank you.
Senator A.C. Okanyuri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to support the statement by a Murang'a senator on the killing of individuals suspected stealing pineapples at the Del Monte farm in Murang'a. Mr. Speaker, this is not for the first time we are having this issue. We have human rights bodies which have gone to court. Determinations have been made which unfortunately do not favor the innocent citizens of this country. Mr. Speaker, I don't think killing and maiming people because of alleged stealing is the solution. And on most instances, like a past determination I looked at, the company defended itself that their headquarters are not in Kenya, and so they are not able to handle such issues. Mr. Speaker, I think that's very lame from their side, because we cannot lose Kenyans who are supporting the company in big ways just because of small elements which, on the other hand, have not even been fully substantiated to be thieves as it is, Mr. Speaker. It's very sad that we have injustice everywhere occurring and nothing is being done, because these are desperate Kenyans who are trying to earn a living, and in one way sometimes are caught up in some of these issues, but still that does not justify killing of people for such happenings. So I feel our government needs to swing into action so that Del Monte is either compelled to compensate, especially the ones where already determination has been made that it's their security officers who killed these people, so that we do not have families waiting for years to get redress over such issues, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Senator Beatrice Akinyi.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to support the statement by the Murang'a senator. And Honorable Speaker, I sometimes support the Hammurabi laws that says that an eye for an eye. Sometimes, if you have to kill, torture and kill our people because of pineapples, Honorable Speaker, then there must be a way in which the same culprits must go through the same way of punishment, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we need to tell foreigners in this country that enough Kenyans died when we were fighting for independence. And we no longer want to hear Kenyans, our people, lose lives for petty things like pineapples, for petty things like a young man who goes to Naivasha to fish. Honorable Speaker, where I come from, the lake is a God-given a natural resource. So when you go to fish, actually it is a gift from the Lord. And our people do not need to die when they go for these natural resources. So it reminds me this death relates so much to the death that is still being dealt with in Naivasha, where a young man lost his life. We do not even know where he is, and I do not know why somebody would kill for a pineapple or kill a young man for going to fish.
So, Honorable Speaker, same people must have this. We had this notion that when you are disciplining, you discipline and punish the wrong that is done. In this case, punish the act of the pineapples. Take this person to court and let them pay or whatever. But you cannot kill because we cannot get that life back. Honorable Speaker, we cannot allow to be recolonized through other ways and through the back door. Kenya is a free country. We are independent, and we cannot tolerate foreigners that are mistreating our people. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, I want to support the report by the Lands Committee and to say, Honorable Speaker, that a number of the pending issues we have as a Land Committee, a number of them are attributed to the non-responsive nature of the National Land Commission. And Honorable Speaker, the National Land Commission needs to come out to say where they have shortfalls. If they do not have funds, if they do not have personnel,
Senator Karenyamu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to make comments on the statement brought by Senator Miraj on the harmonization of housing allowance for teachers serving in Mombasa County. Mr. Speaker, we all passed in the hands of teachers. Our children are also passing through the hands of